All right, so today we are going to work on foiling and then we're going to work on some factoring. So 4.3a here, doing some foiling. So if you remember how to do that, um, you can write it out because there's x plus 2 squared here, so there's two of them being multiplied here. So we can multiply our first terms, x times x gives us x squared. That's first. So these guys are first terms. And then the outer guys are the ones on the outside, so that's these two. And then the inners are these two in here. So on the outside, outer, inner. So on the outside there, those are 2x. On the inner, those are also 2x. And then we've got the last terms are this 2 and this 2 here. They're the last terms. So multiplying those together, we get 4. So now just combining those middle terms, we get x squared plus 4x plus 4. So that's FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. So let's try another one of those. We can go 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. So multiplying our first terms here together, we get 4x squared. Multiplying our, here's our outers and here's our inners. So on the outer here, we end up getting a negative 6x. On the inners, we also get a negative 6x. And then our other last part here is to do the last terms. And our last terms is negative 3 times negative 3 there gives us a plus 9. So combining our like terms, those are the middle terms there, we get 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. So there it is, filled out. So it says the figure here is a square, so that one on the outside is a square, and then we've got also a square on the inside there. So write an expression for the area of each shaded region and write an answer in standard form. So if you were to find the area of this outside square there, it'd be x plus 5 times x plus 5, or x plus 5 squared. Because to find the area of a square, you do base times height, or length times width, which would be x plus 5 times x plus 5. And then we have to subtract off the area of a square in here, because then we only get the area of the shaded region. So x minus 1 squared. So let's go ahead and let's take x plus 5 times x plus 5, and let's FOIL that out. And then let's also FOIL out x minus 1 times x minus 1. And then what we're going to do is we're going to combine our like terms. So doing that, x times x is x squared. We got our inners and our outers here. Outers here is 5x. Inners here is 5x. Last term is 5 times 5, there's 25. Minus x times x here is x squared. Outers minus 1x. Inners minus 1x. And then the last negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. I'm going to combine my like terms in this first part here. We get 5x plus 5x, there's 10x. I'm going to distribute the minus sign through here. I get a minus x squared plus x minus 1. So all I did was distribute the minus sign all the way through. So now I'm going to combine my like terms. X squared minus x squared, they're gone. We get 10x plus 1x gives us 12x. And we got 25 minus 1 here is 24. So we just get 12x plus 24. And then again, we're just simplifying this, so we're going to FOIL these out. We've got 2x minus 5 times 2x plus 5. So multiplying our first terms here together, we get 4x squared. Multiplying our outers and our inners here, the outer there we get a plus 10x. The inners there we get a minus 10x. And then our last term is a negative 5 times 5 there is a minus 25. Combining the middle guys there, we get 4x squared. And look at what happened to those middle guys there. They just cancel each other out. We get minus 25. And then our other piece here, x plus 3y squared. We just have to write out x plus 3y here twice. again, multiplying our first terms here, x times x here is x squared. And then we got our outers and our inners here. So the outers there gives me a plus 3xy. I always like to put the variables there in alphabetical order. And then the inners here is also 3xy. And then our last terms here are 3y times 3y there gives me a 9y squared. And then again, I always combine those middle terms there. We get x squared plus 6xy plus 9y squared. Then we have simply got one last problem here to look at here. We got 4x to the third times 4x to the third here, multiplying our first terms here. We get 16x to the, when you're multiplying x to the third times x to the third, you simply add your powers. 3 plus 3, there's 6. And then we've got outers and inners. On the outside here, we get plus 4x to the third, y to the fourth. Inners here, we get 4x to the third, y to the fourth, and it's a minus. And then our last there is going to be these two here. We get a minus, adding the powers there again. 4 plus 4 there gives us 8. So combining the middle terms there, notice they're just going to go away. We get 16x to the 6th minus y to the 8th. So there is simplified as much as possible there. And I got one final one here to do. Got a cylinder here. We're supposed to find the volume. They gave us our nice formula there. I decided to draw one out here. We can look at this. It says the height here is x plus 5. That's from the basically down here from that all the way up to the top of that lid. So I like to kind of do it on the side there. X equals h plus 5. And then it says the radius of this is x plus 2. So I kind of drew a line there on the base there. So to find the volume of a cylinder, we can take pi times our radius there is x plus 2. We're supposed to square that, times the height, which is x plus 5. So I'm going to leave my pi there, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to FOIL out that x plus 2 times x plus 2, and then I'm going to multiply that by x plus 5 and see if we can clean that up. So FOILing this x plus 2 times x plus 2 there, I get x squared, and then outers there plus 2x, inners plus 2x, and then last terms there is plus 4. So I'm going to combine my like terms there. I get x squared plus 4x plus 4 times x plus 5. Now, we still have this last piece here to have to finish up, so we're going to take x, multiply everything inside the parentheses. We're going to take 5, multiply by everything in the parentheses. So doing that, I'm just going to leave a pi out here in front. So I've got x squared times x there is x to the third. X to 4, or 4x times x there is 4x squared. We've got 4 times 5 there, 4 times x there is x, 4x. So we took x times x to the second gives us x to the third. X times 4x is 4x squared. X times 4 here is 4x. Now we're going to multiply 5 times everything in there. So we got plus 5x squared, plus 20x, and plus 20. So now I'm going to just simply combine my like terms. Nothing to combine with the x to the third. What about x to the seconds? We get 9x squared. And then we get 4x plus 20x there gives us 24x. And then plus 20. So there we have it. Pi times parentheses x to the third plus 9x squared plus 24x plus 20. And that says we could distribute the pi through or just leave the pi out there in front. And I generally just leave the pi out in front. So there it is. So that is just using FOIL.